Transforming your home into old money. Tips to decorate like an old money. If you missed my previous video about my old money and best IKEA finds, please watch it. But today I'm going to tell you tips and tricks of how to get the old money look for less. What does old money mean? Old money means it's a heritage place. It's a place that has stood the good test of time. Usually old money people have a lot of family heirlooms and things that gathered throughout the years. They usually have good quality furniture, and that is actually how we're going to tackle this. First thing, opt for classic and high quality furniture pieces. You would tell me, but Angie, I don't want to redo my entire furniture. I got you. I also am the same. Funny thing, today, out of all days, I think I attracted this with the law of attraction because I've been looking at nice coffee tables on Pinterest for a while. By the way, you can follow my Pinterest board called Spaces, and I put on it all like the lovely style of houses that I like. And in general, my home is in the interior design style transitional. I love that about my house because it has old and new pieces, and old money, new generation, that's usually how their houses are, by the way, because they like to buy some trendy pieces, but still they have the vibes of the old heirlooms that their family has. So long story short, there is a table downstairs our neighbor is trying to sell. It's beautiful walnut wood. Wow. It's movable turns into a big dining table, goes up and down. I love it. And we're switching our cheap Amazon one that opens for us to eat on it into this. Love it. So you do it like this. When you find a secondhand piece or a piece in the street that is good quality, take it and swap it with something cheap that you have. Building this bit by bit, opting for high quality furniture pieces is going to make your home look more old money. So timeless pieces, you can find them in thrift shops, secondhand stores, flea markets, lying in the street. We do find a lot of good lying in the street pieces that are vintage and beautiful. You could also ask family members if they do not need something from their furniture anymore, like your grandparents, like your parents. You can find very good quality old items, and that is the first tip. Wood and natural materials. Old money people invest in wood a lot, wood paneling specifically. So you will find a lot of their rooms with wood paneling, with lovely, luxurious wallpapers. So putting wallpapers on the wall or using wood panels, and you can do projects for wood paneling very easily. You can get the wood panels cut to size at your local hardware store and put them with a double-sided tape on walls, or even nail them and remove the nails when you're moving out. Like that, you're gonna have wood paneling. Choose specific rooms for the wood paneling. There is actually a page on TikTok I'm following, and I am loving this girl who is turning her apartment into a hotel-like place. I am in love with her projects. You can watch them for motivation. I love it. Make sure to buy things that are real wood also. So for example, when I was looking for a small dining table for my corner that I wanted to turn into a dining area for me and my husband, I looked at IKEA, and some of the IKEA pieces are made out of wood. Actually, I'm going to put a video on IKEA types of wood. I stumbled upon when I was looking for this to know that some of the stuff they make are 100% wood, and you can paint them. Old money people like to show the type of wood. So if it's a real wood item, they will just stain the wood, but not paint it like a pastel color or something. So keep that in mind. Adding different trims to your furniture pieces. You know those wood decorative elements you can find in hardware stores, buying them, putting them on your dressers, corners, metal corners, switching handles into classic items could really upcycle an item you already have into something that looks more heritage and vintage. And that is absolutely old money because items live with them for long. Incorporating antiques and vintage elements. Antique furniture, antique decor is a must to incorporate, and I find a lot in flea markets. You can find a lot in flea markets. Also heirloom pieces. So ask your family to give you or hand you down stuff like their china, like their pieces, because this is exactly old money. Old money is heritage. They have stuff handed over from family members. And if you're like me, you live abroad and you're very far from your family, looking for items that your family had as well in flea markets could be your heirloom remembrance piece from them. One thing I really cherish is the stamp collection. By the way, my husband made me this 3D printed, which is, if you have a 3D printed machine, these are very expensive looking. It used to be a hobby my grandmother and my grandfather had to make a stamp collection, and I got these and I have them in a stamp book. I cherish these a lot, and I'm planning once I move and have a big library in a room to have these opened in like a safe box for display. They're such an old money vibe thing if you have collections of things that are old like that. So heirlooms, really look for heirlooms in your parents' houses or in secondhand stores. Using luxurious fabrics and natural fabrics, buying a cashmere throw that you put in the living room, or a beautiful rich textile pillowcase, good wool rugs. You can find a lot of good wool rugs on eBay and secondhand, but you could also look at the 100% wool rugs at IKEA. Sometimes they are reduced. Look for those. I love those so much. They usually also collect pieces that are antiques when traveling. So look for rich fabrics while you're traveling to India, for example, tapestry. They love tapestry. They have a lot of tapestry pillows, tapestry furniture. You could upcycle one of your furniture pieces with tapestries, and that will make it super old money. Classic art and sculptures, of course. This is something the rich and the old money collect pieces. They like to collect art. For them, this is a very special thing. And one of the major tips I have, if you want to get the look for less, is to find an art that is on Etsy, printable, that they sell printable. Print it out in your nearest Xerox shop or print shop. Buy a second-hand, thrifted, lovely antique frame and put them on the wall. This will be the easiest way to get old money vibes. Or thrift shops, again, maps. They love vintage maps and hanging vintage maps. Make a gallery wall of created stuff. If you're an artist and you can draw landscapes as well, or horses, you will usually find those as well. So you can make your own oil painting. Find local artists that are still not so well known, but you like their art. Collecting all art and sculpture in general is an old money look for the home. Collecting art, heirlooms, vintage pieces, think of it in that direction. Lighting, chandeliers, scones, that's the name of the game. Warm light, no cool colored light. Think of it as something vintagey again, or something that is part of heirloom. Why I'm saying that? You have to go back to history of white light. White light or neon lights came out first in white form before the collection of them in being warm color or daylight. And when they came in the cold light, only poorer houses used to use them. That's why old money would brag about using the warm light, which is more expensive. So that is why cool light is not advisable, especially in living areas or areas where you entertain. So in general, also, white light is not that good to your eyes, so focus on warmer colors when you're choosing your lighting. Chandeliers. There are 2 chandeliers that IKEA sells. They're a little bit more modern, but they could also give you a lovely transitional style in your home. But again, antiques all the way. Books and libraries. Old money homes have big libraries. Of course, you don't need to have a big room as a library, but if you have a corner in the house where you can make like a big library until the ceiling, it would look really old money. Opt for it to be in lovely wood color as well, and dress it with hardcover books. This is exactly, so hardcover books is also something that they would invest in. So find some in thrift stores if you do not read, just for the style. But if you read, I switched all the books we had to hardcovers. You can find the hardcovers of the books online and you can purchase them, and it will give you immediately this old money vibe. Patterns in your house, in textile, is something old money people have. So plaid, stripes, damask, all of these in rugs, in wallpapers, in fabrics, in pillowcases. This is something that old money houses would have, definitely. Again, also wallpaper, big thing. Classic wallpaper patterns and shapes. This is it. So not the modern abstract art, but a little bit the florals, landscape, tapestry, horses, all of these things would give you that vibe. You have to know that less is more also. So old money houses are not so cluttered. They take care of always maintaining the house. So make sure that you do not have a lot of stuff in the space that is like more grandma chic style and less old money. Make sure that you have a formal areas. So you have a guest formal area, dining space. It doesn't have to be a room. Of course, if you can dedicate a room in your house, but if you cannot, a corner, and use the classic setup of dining. This is such an old money thing. Old money really appreciates conversations, entertaining, and dining. So these are things that they care about in their homes a lot. We might be moving soon. So when we move, I'm going to take you with me moving and setting up my old money new apartment. Another thing is well-kept outdoor spaces. Focus on your outdoor space. Make sure that you have a small garden. Buy plants that are easily kept so they always look good. Classic outdoor furniture. This is something also old money has because of, again, entertaining. They will always have good fabrics for curtains. Curtains are a big deal. Layered draperies, also big deal. Flooring. You can make a lot of so hardwood. Actually, old money style in the decor starts with the building. So I would definitely recommend when you're renting or looking for a rental to look for old buildings and or really decorate with wood paneling, trims, long curtains, layer as much as you can. I hope you really enjoyed this video and my tips. I've been brainstorming these tips because, as I said, we're planning to move soon. And I've tried to build this house to be transitional, but with a touch of old money. I hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.